Welcome to the Tech Mechanic. Today's breakdown is part of our Azure Architecture Master Series. If you want the full roadmap, then hit the playlist from the start. With that said, let's dive into today's topic. Last time we learned how Azure Firewall protects an Azure Virtual Network. But here's a question. If Azure Firewall already filters network traffic, why do Azure architects still deploy network security groups? Isn't that duplicate security? Actually, no. Today you'll understand why almost every enterprise Azure environment uses both Azure Firewall and NSGs together. Imagine your company has hundreds of virtual machines. Some host databases. Some host APIs. Some host web servers. Should every server follow the same network rules? Definitely not. Each workload needs its own security rules. That's exactly where NSGs come in. An Azure Network Security Group is a collection of security rules. It controls which traffic is allowed and which traffic is denied. Think of it as a dedicated security guard assigned to a specific building rather than the entire city. Subnet NIC rules stands right at the front door of an apartment or office, checking traffic for just that single spot. Plus, the guard has a great memory. If they let you leave the building, they will automatically let you back in without checking your ID again. Let's configure a network security group in the Azure portal step by step to lock down our network infrastructure. First, log into the Azure portal. In the top search bar, type Network Security Groups and select it. Click Create to launch the configuration blade. Choose your subscription and select or create a resource group. Give your NSG a clear name, select your target region, and hit Review plus Create, then Create. Once deployed, go to the resource and click Inbound Security Rules on the left menu. Click Add. This is where we control traffic coming into our network. Define your source, like a specific IP address, and the destination port, such as port 443 for HTTPS or port 22 for SSH. Set the action to allow, give it a low priority number so it evaluates first, and click Add. Finally, we need to apply this to our resources. Click Subnets or Network Interfaces in the left menu. Click Associate. Select your virtual network and target subnet, and hit OK. Your NSG is now active, providing granular, microsegmented security right at the resource boundary. Imagine entering a residential community. First, you pass through the community gate. That's Azure Firewall. Then you reach your apartment building. The building has its own security guard. That's the Network Security Group. Both provide security, but at different levels. NSGs inspect both. Inbound traffic entering a resource. Outbound traffic leaving a resource. Architects secure both directions because attackers can exploit either path. Let's use our shopping application. Customers should access only the web server. The API server should only accept traffic from the web server. The database should only accept SQL traffic from the API. NSGs make these rules possible. Banks never allow every server to communicate freely. Each layer receives its own network security group. Only approved communication paths are allowed. Everything else is blocked. NSGs work through rules. Allow HTTPS. Allow SQL from trusted servers. Block remote desktop from the internet. Block everything else. Simple but incredibly powerful. Azure evaluates NSG rules in priority order. The first matching rule wins. That's why architects carefully design rule priorities. Incorrect priorities can accidentally expose applications or block legitimate traffic. An NSG can be attached to an entire subnet or an individual network interface. This gives architects flexibility depending on security requirements. Azure Firewall protects the network. NSGs protect individual Azure resources. Enterprises rarely choose one. They deploy both together. This is how enterprise Azure environments are designed. Traffic first passes through Azure Firewall. Then NSGs enforce workload-specific security rules. Multiple security layers dramatically reduce risk. Solution architects don't secure only the network. They secure every layer. NSGs provide granular security exactly where workloads run. You've now completed another major piece of enterprise Azure security. Azure Firewall secures the network. NSGs secure workloads. Managed Identity secures applications. Key Vault secures secrets. Together, they form a modern zero-trust architecture used across enterprise Azure environments. Here's the easiest way to remember it. Azure Firewall protects the entire network. NSGs protect individual resources and subnets. Together they provide layered defense. Whether your goal is to become a solution architect, cloud architect, AI architect, or simply a better software engineer, TheTechMechanic is your learning destination. Like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay ahead in your tech journey.